Um, well, I guess this is me doing a stream, but I don't even know what devices I have going here. I think I've probably just got the default device set up. What are my settings? Audio. I could just go with default on the monitor, just in case. I think I don't have monitoring turned on anyway, but I think I've got I'm not outside, although I think it is nice outside. Maybe I should go outside. I don't know. What time is it? What's Windows weather saying? It's saying 72. It's like a beautiful day, and I'm sitting here working on a video. No, it's not. It's not 72. It's 96 out there. Okay, fine. It's not cool out there. I mean, it's the same as it's been, I guess. I think actually my thermometer my outdoor thermometer said it was cooler than that, but I don't know. I should look. I should go get something to eat or something. But I'm sitting here working on a video. Okay. Oh, I know. I can while I'm out, I can render the sound display on this, which takes a while. So let's just switch to waveform view here on this, and it's going to take a bit of a time here. So yeah, Okay. Looks like that rendered. Okay. All right. So, all right. Let me see if I can plug this in to the right spot. Yeah. There we go. All right. Headphones. I don't know. I should probably wear my comfy headphones, but all right. I suppose I should get on the. Okay, I'll save all that. See what we're doing here. I probably should check out my stream feed and see what it says. It says it's online. It's looking okay. When it comes to this particular stream, let's see what we got here. Okay. All right. And okay. That I can edit this. Okay. If I want to go to the studio, can I get there from here? Can I indeed? Or do I have to I flip over to and I don't think I want to run 4,000. So yeah, let's fix that. I'm not really doing a high res stream, so I'm just gonna uh where is this output here? I'm gonna cut this down to 1,000 for now. I don't think I really need to be running like this massive bit rate for what I'm doing right now. So I'm going to cut it down. I'll even go down even more, I think. I think I'll go down to this is not a lot of it's not a lot of detail. Let's see what it looks like though. Now that I'm doing it this way, now that I'm going at about 1,000. All right, let's try that. All right, so okay, that's good then. Let's see what it looks like. I mean, you know, it's not going to be very good, but do I want to do this? Is this better? Um let's see. Like where's a better place for this? I could go like that or something. Is he really there? I'm not using these very much. So I could put that there for now. All right. Uh sure, what the hey. Um well, everything working okay, green screen's fine. And basically all right. Um let's see here. I could go to see where's all of the whatevers. Oh, it looks like I picked up a subscriber. That's kind of interesting. Actually, I picked up a few probably because all the old fake ones are, or not fake, but you know, the original sub for sub ones are dropping off. I just decided not to do that. I don't know. I mean, I suppose it's a thing you can do. You can get subs by trading subs. You might be able to get to 1,000 that way. I don't know if it would really count, but in any case, um, let's see here. I gotta look at the live videos, and then when I see this one, I think I can go to the details of it. And there's like 5 different places where there's settings. Can add some tags, I guess. Thinking about, let's see, what else? Okay, sure. Um, let's see, what else? All right. Uh, all right. We'll see how that goes. I'm not gonna. I really don't know how to. The trouble is, um, all right. Let's see what we got here. We got. Did I save this? I saved it. Okay. Um. Sure. It's on the right playlist. Do I need to change anything? I really don't need to change anything. I think you go to more options and then it's got like an advanced tab. And all right. All right. I guess that'll do, right? That always takes a good long time to get that done. All right. Oh yeah, one other thing. Uh okay. All right. What are these actions? Okay.
At the age of 28. I live, you can probably.
Okay. All right, it looks good. I'm okay with that then. So, okay. Oh, I want to go this way, right? So let's see how this syncs up with I'm continually oh yeah, oh, hang on. I think I need to turn this down. I don't want it so loud. Marked as a bad man. All right. So we'll try that, okay. We'll try. We'll see what I'm continually marked as a bad man. I wonder if I should like route that directly to my oh, I can't, can I? Or can I? I'm continually I think right now I can't do that because I would have to I'd have to enable I'd have to enable Bluetooth, and if I did I don't think it would show up in OBS right now if I wanted to use my other headphones and just go with um I don't believe there's any routing I could do. Uh because I think oh yeah, I could actually just route it directly. That wouldn't be a bad plan, I guess. Then you wouldn't have to hear it. Um, but I don't know. I'll just leave it right for now. I'll just leave it. Uh, I think that'll be fine. I'll just leave it. Um, it's just it'd be annoying. I can always turn it down too. Like I could just mute it, but no, I couldn't. I couldn't really. Mark continually. So this is the death of 1,000 jump cuts because um here I am like spurging out in so many ways, like not remembering the right word to say, trying to think of the right word, saying the right words, saying the words over and over again, and saying a lot of and and stuff. So trying to edit for clarity. I did a preliminary edit for content. And then OBS doesn't have the or I mean OBS OpenShot doesn't have the ability to merge clips. So if you want to make a master clip, you basically have to render it and then re-import it. So that's what I did. Um, um, I actually did a merge so that I could just work with so I wouldn't have to move all the individual clips around. So, but you can kind of see You can kind of see said, I'm sure this will guarantee that I'm continually marked as a bad man. Yeah, I'm continually marked as a bad man. Now, do I need to fix anything in there? Let's see. I'm continually marked as a bad man. I'm going to leave that. So, now, do I want to leave that because I look happy in there? Let's see. I don't bad man. So I don't know. So I feel like maybe I could um oh, I know that. I just did the wrong thing there. I want to go. Oh. Okay. Yeah, so um Pro Gamer 442, thank you for the follow. Hello, Seth. Hello on Mixer. Hmm. Like, how do I turn those notifications off? I could also route them to another device, but let's see, how do I do that? Settings, because it's going to make a beep every time. Can I fix that? Notifications, here we go. Here we go. Let's see. This is how you do it. I got notifications aren't enabled. So why is it giving me notifications? I don't get it. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens here. That might be so obnoxious. I might have to. Well, I think I could turn it down, right? I think I could just go to. What's this? The Restream client. Where? Oh, is it or is it Discord that's doing that? Actually, I don't know. I'll just shut that off. That. I'll just shut the Discord client off if it's the Discord client. Let's see. Continually marked as a bad man. So I don't know. I mean, it's all right. So do I want to okay, let's have a look here. A bad man. So I don't know. I mean, it's interesting. I mean, it's Hi there, Sari. How are you? I'm trying to get my friend to write an update to his book and do some research for Europe. Maybe I can help him out because he has actually a wonderful thing that he talks about, and I know there's similar instruments, to in Europe, in many jurisdictions in Europe. So I think he could probably. I could probably gain a much wider audience. I think this kind of thing would be more, would actually be good in Europe, where money is tighter, and yeah. I know it's a lot of work because every country is different, and even though, like, most of you are in the EU, you still have your own rules or whatever. Every country really has their own thing going. Like it might not be like quite as tightly knit as the United States. I think so. The United States, see, like, our country is like, it's got 50 states, right? So, and they've been together for a long time, so there's sort of this idea of federalism. I don't know. But anyway, the point is, there's an argument between different political views that say, should the states be more independent or should the federal government be more powerful over the states? And there's always been a back and forth about that. And so because there's that force there going both directions, over time, I think the states have gotten weaker, which is what will happen probably in Europe too. But as the European Union becomes more homogenous, or, as more people leave the European Union, there is a possibility of that, since you've already had one country leave the European Union, so it could also fall apart. So it's hard to say. Belgium is as good as out of lockdown. Good. That's good. You guys can get back to normal. I still don't know anyone that has the virus, and I still don't know anyone who knows anyone who has the virus. So, I mean, I think someone on chat, like in another country, may have told me that they knew someone. I'm not sure, but as far as the people that, like, my actual circle of friends, my IRL friends, I really don't think, like, I still don't know anyone. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope they're not very sick. But, I thought I did. A friend of mine up here in this town that I live in, he went to a business conference and he came back and he said they told him he was exposed. Oh, that's good. I'm glad they're better. But he said they told him he was exposed to it, and then they told him to get a test. And then when he did get a test, then they told him he was positive and he had to quarantine. And then after about 30 days later, they contacted him and said, your test got switched with someone else's, so you actually are negative. You don't have the virus. And this other guy we have to find now has it. And we told him that he didn't. And so some guy ran around for 30 days with the virus, not knowing it. So... But, I mean, I don't know anyone who's knowingly had it. I mean, as for all I know, I may have had it. Me and my wife both had a weird flu in February. It was kind of strange. So maybe we had it. If we had it, then that's it for us. We're through it. We got through it. So yeah, I know. The thing is, the thing is, if you know anything about Bayes' theorem, it's one of the problems with testing too many people. So if you have a known rate of failure, like if you have false positives and false negatives, depending on what the rate of false positives and false negatives are, it can actually give you bad information if you do too many tests. That's one of the reasons why people get frustrated. Like, why don't they test more people? Like, the United States has got a lot of tests now, so they've been testing people, but they've been doing some random tests to try to further assess like how many people have had it and never even knew it. And I know they did that in Los Angeles, and they found that somewhere between 50 and 70 times more people have already had it than they thought. So that means most people had it and didn't have any symptoms, which they already knew, but they just didn't know the scope of it. So evidently, a lot more people have had it and didn't know it, and a lot more people get it and don't have any symptoms, or have very, very mild symptoms. So, in any case, yeah, our town is returning back to normal. Our state, pretty much. We in Arizona, our quarantine thing has always just been an advisory. So, but we pretty much did the same thing as everyone else. We stayed indoors, and I think any decent citizens would, and we voluntarily stayed in, and so. Can you fix it? How? What does it need? What does the Discord server need? Uh, oh, okay. Uh, do you have permission? If you don't, I can set them. Uh, go ahead and do whatever you think. Um, if you need permissions, tell me what I need to give you. So, do I need to, yeah, manage roles? Okay, yeah, okay. Hang on. See. No, don't switch. Okay, let's see. All right, let me see. The overseer. Let me see. Uh, let me see here. Roles, members. Okay, you're an admin now. Okay. Uh. All right, this thing is gonna keep making noise. Where's my? Oh, here I can turn this down. That's all I need to do. Uh, I'll just turn this down. I don't want to hear the. I don't want to hear those things. I could turn those notifications off too, but that's fine too. Thanks for the logo, by the way. I put it on my. I put it on my YouTube like logo overlay thing, and it looks really neat. So there you go. I added you to Curvy Crew and also to admin, just so you know. Um, okay, cool. I don't know. I mean, it's. Confusing seeing two faces that are the same. Well, you know. I mean, it's interesting when you think about it. It's interesting when you. I mean, it's. um, yeah. Yeah, that is strange, isn't it? Now, can you hear? Like, you can hear when I play the video. I mean, it's. Yeah, it's going on. Right. It's interesting. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think I could probably cut this bit out, couldn't I? I mean, it's interesting. Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's kind of weird when um it's gonna take forever to get through all this. It's gonna take. This is like a lot of editing, really. uh, so what game are you playing? When you, I mean, it's interesting when you think about it. Oh heck! What did I do? Click in the wrong place. SCP-3001 Infinite IKEA. Is it fun? I mean, it's interesting. I mean, it's interesting when you think about. I mean, it's interesting. It's interesting when you think about. It's interesting when you think about it. It's interesting when you think about it. It's interesting when you think about it. Okay. That's nice. Okay. There we go. Let's see how that sounds. So how long is this going to take? So I'm into the video by a minute, not even a minute yet. And the whole thing's an hour and a half long so far. I mean, like, at the end of it all, with all the cuts, let's see what it says here. Uh, yeah, it's about an hour and a half of actual talking about the subject itself, including the outro. I guess you don't count that, but so yeah, the outro is about a minute, or is about 30 seconds long, or something like that. I don't know, not as much as yeah. So if I go, yeah, it's oh, it's yeah. 2021. Let me see. There we go. So there's There's a little bit of darkness there. I'm saying goodbye. Right. Okay. And so yeah, 1 minute and 38, to the business end of it. Uh so well, so far what I did was I took that one stream, it's 2.5 hours, okay? So what I did was I imported an intro and an outro. So there's this intro, this thing. Okay. And so basically there's an intro and an outro, and I chopped it up and just left the things that were according to the sort of censorship discussion that I was having with a couple of people. So then that cut out about an hour where I was going off on tangents, talking about Neil Breen and other things. And then I rendered that into a separate clip. So I made it into one big clip. And then now I'm going through it and editing it for verbal tics, and I'm just adding 1,000,001 jump cuts to it, evidently, so that I can so I get kind of over here. So I've got the little blue dots. Well, you can't see them over here. You can see them. I guess I have my overlays. I could turn those overlays off. I guess it doesn't really matter. But okay. So so now that I've done that, so what happens is when you put a cut in a clip, basically you can still stretch it and shrink it and expose more or less of what you cut out, so you can kind of fine tune it. And yeah. Oh, that'd be so great. Okay. Yeah, I know. It's hard to like, and it's hard to not repeat words for me. I am a very kinesthetic person, so I form my words really actually rather very slowly. And so there's a lot of pauses. So I could never do like an extemporaneous speaking where I didn't know what I was going to talk about. I mean, I have done public speaking before, and I'm fine with it. But I already kind of know what I'm going to say, and I can flow right through it. But if I'm just making it up as I go along, it can be pretty difficult. And I go and things like that. So yeah, it's hard to say. Maybe if I ordered my thoughts a little bit better, then I wouldn't say and and stuff in every sentence in like several times. You guys on Mixer, you wild guys on Mixer. Um, uh, well, yeah. In fact, I did decide I would turn some moderation, like default moderation settings on, because I do like try to have a family friendly stream, and so I know most people don't only see the archives, so um, yes, it's the mixer tradition. But I did turn on the default mod settings so that maybe it would be a little tamer, or people would have to be a little more clever in their wording. Um, and that's mostly because I really want everybody to watch my streams, and if they happen to watch the chat, it's going to be a little bit, um, um, I don't know. Like, it doesn't bother me, but it would bother somebody else. And so I thought, well, maybe I should just turn the default mod stuff on. So I did. I don't think it doesn't make that much difference. Those guys, all you mixer guys have been popping on here anyway periodically. So, it has to do with what your rank is in the channel, I guess. I don't even know what that is, but, I guess you get ranked by posting more or by watching more or, that kind of thing. Yes, it's the mixer tradition. So anyway, if I remove all these long pauses that I make, it's going to make the video a lot shorter ultimately, but I don't know how long it's going to take me to do it. So it could take a long time. I mean, I've been working on this for a while now, and it's already I'm only into it. I'm only into it about a minute, not even a minute. So I mean, it's interesting when you think about it, but I mean, it's interesting when you think about it. No, I mean, it's okay. I gotta cut this out. It's in. I don't know. I mean, it's. I don't know. I mean, it's. I don't know. I mean, it's in. I don't know. I mean. I don't know. I mean, if I show the waveform in this clip, what's it going to look like? How long is it going to take? It's going to take forever because it has to render the whole thing. That's a problem with OpenShot, is it not making efficient use of memory. It really should take a snapshot of the waveform and keep the picture, superimpose it in memory so that it can be approximated. Otherwise, it takes way too long to show. Which is why I usually unshow it, but I should have left that last one in place so that I could see it. But there it goes. It's going to take forever to render that. Yeah. Oh, you know what? And I've been having this ramen craving, and I try not to too totally carb out on ramen, but sugar bread in America, well, we don't, but um, my great grandmother used to make it. So there's a similar, there's a lot of bread and cake and stuff from Germany. And my mother's side of the family is from Germany, and so I've had that before. Okay, it's still rendering. Takes forever. Oh, hey, hi, Lauritsen. How are you? What'd you show me? Yeah, I haven't had it in years. I mean, I think my great grandmother passed away in the early 2000s. Hey, Mr. Mean Galaxy, it's good to see you. I wasn't sure if you'd speak to me ever again. um, well, I agree. I agree completely. And I don't. Uh, I'm very um optimistic by that reaction of yours because I feel the same way. And plus, I really that's not we kind of like went into an area that I didn't really want to go into. I just kind of like I said, I wanted to talk about how these things affect me personally. But in any case, it was my fault for indulging in the tangents, but also I probably, like I said, I probably wouldn't have if I didn't know you. I probably would have just ignored those comments because I didn't want to go off on like all that. Oh, so Lauritsen is giving me a thing, so let me see what it says here. I gotta mute this though because I don't know what it is. Oh, it's your video. A Nikon cam test. I gotta figure, like, I gotta get a decent camera. Um, okay, I'm watching. That's you? Is that you? All right, hang on. Uh, I gotta, I gotta listen to this a little bit. Okay. Oh, chroma cam. Okay, yeah. Because if you have the right, I was using the other day, I was using uh, like Zoom to create that um, uh,
Velkommen til den kanal. Det er den nye kanal. Den hedder bra underscore xd. Ja, det her det er en kanal med anden person. Og ham vil I se lige om lidt, men...
Yeah, okay. I subbed. Of course, I can't understand what you're saying, but I gotta switch to let's see. Like this one? Okay, yeah. All right. So this is not a reaction channel. My reactions are not very good. But we can try. What's happening?
Først skal jeg fortælle lidt om mig selv. Jeg hedder Just. Jeg har min egen YouTube-kanal, og hvis de...
Let's see what the automatic captions will do. Or can they? Do we have captions? Can we get automatic captions? I guess not. No automatic captions here. Okay. Okay. What?
Som vi lige kunne se i det der klip der, så har vi mig og Just, kunne I så se. Vi har tænkt os at starte en ny kanal, og den hedder bra underscore xd. Som I kan se, så er jeg blevet klippet, fordi før jeg gryde, nu har jeg noget helt andet. Og ja, hvis I ikke kender mig, så har jeg en anden YouTube-kanal, og den vil der være link nede i beskrivelsen. Der vil være link nede til Justus. Men jeg vil egentlig bare sige velkommen til bra xd.
Okay. How come I don't have dark theme on? Turn on dark theme. Right. But all right. Oops. All right. So all right. So let's see, where was I here? Oh, it rendered, okay. I mean, I don't know. I mean, okay. It's got to go just a little bit more. Right? I don't know. I mean, it's if that's right. So, I don't know. I mean, yeah, okay. That's good. So many verbal tics. It's terrible. I don't know. I mean, it's interesting when you think about it, but when you think about it, but I kind of did want to talk. So, when it comes to ChromaCam, you know, it's probably like a. I should check it out because since that is possible, I've been thinking I should look into see what software like that is available, and let's have a look at it. Actually, and what's this? Oh, okay. Is this you streaming? Okay, let me have a look here. Uh, it says unless you got a time machine, that content is unavailable. That's what it says right now. Or maybe, oh, maybe I need to turn the shields down because I'm using Brave. Let me try it again. Let's try it again. Oh yeah, no, maybe not. Oh well, Siri, thanks for dropping by. I appreciate it when you do. Okay, different video. All right, let's have a look. That's you doing that? That's using no. No green screen. Pretty cool, huh? Oh. I should probably shut that off. I'm going to get claimed with that music probably, huh? It's too late, though. I let it play for too long. Whenever there's any music on any stream, I always get a claim. So... yeah, it's pretty cool. Hang on a second. Oh, I know why. I see. If I want to, it says I'm not signed in, but that's because I don't usually use Brave for that. I usually use regular Chrome. I'm already signed in there. I can go in there and I can follow you then. I didn't know you did any streaming. I think the last time I talked to you, or a long time ago, I think you said you didn't stream. Oh, I am following you. Okay, all right. So I couldn't figure out why it said I wasn't following you. That's because I wasn't logged in on the other thing. Oh, that's pretty dumb. Okay. Okay. It's pretty... yeah, that's pretty cool, though. Yeah. So, let me look it up. Let me look it up. It's called, ChromaCam. Um... Okay, let's have a look here. Remove your background without a green screen. Now, do you need to have Mr. Mean Galaxy, do you need to have a Core i7 like you do in Zoom in order to do background removal and replacement? Because on my laptop I have a Core i7, but on my gaming rig it's only a Core i5 right now. So let's have a look here. Chromacam.me. League of Legends. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Remove your background without a green screen. Okay. Now, is there a trial? Can I try it out and see? I'll experiment with it right now, actually. All right. One-time cost $29.99, which is cheaper than the month rolling. They have a rolling subscription. I'm really hating this subscription-based software thing that's been going on. It really annoys me. But although some of them are worth it, I think. You know, like if I were a real content creator, um, I think I would spring for Adobe Premiere, but I'm using OpenShot because I really don't create content that often. But I bet you if I had Adobe Premiere, I could do what I'm doing now with this video a lot faster. But let's check it out. Okay. Um, So, yeah, I thought that was a very interesting discussion we had the other day. And so I'm actually taking all the non-cogent things and editing them all down. And I guess I'll put it on BitChute. Although the raw thing is already on YouTube. I haven't been deplatformed yet for that, but I assume that when you're small, it usually doesn't happen. They kind of follow the Gandhi rule. So first they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win. So, but I don't know really. So I'm probably going to make it a BitChute exclusive, and maybe I might even make it a dissenter exclusive because that's kind of something I've been wanting to experiment with is turn comments off and specify use a dissenter as commenting instead of discuss or whatever the comment system is. I might even do that on YouTube just for the heck of it. It's not like I get enough comments anyway. Like I'm not big enough to get like regular comments. So there's really no point at my level. But if I got comments all the time, like if I had like 1,000 or 2,000 subscribers where I got comments that like people that get into that zone, they kind of like get comments, regular comments. So you could kind of go with a dissenter only commenting, but I don't know. I would like to do that. If I were a real content creator, I certainly would. So let me see. Saving this to downloads. We'll do that. And we'll see how it works. I would love to not have to use my green screen. That would be great, especially for these little streams, you know. I have this thing hanging I have this thing hanging behind me, and it's just like it hangs in front of my chair back. And I either could green screen, or I know it wouldn't work for a lot of things, but it would work for general purposes like this. And yeah, maybe I should check it out and see, like, it'd probably be good for like gaming, or for a little square with your head in it, that type of thing or whatever. I'm sure it would be good for that. I think it would probably do a good job. It kind of looks like it would. So yeah, I'm thinking thinking that's it. So let's see. So I gotta see what happens now. Okay, it requires Intel 5th generation or higher, or the AMD equivalent, which means Core i5. Requires Core i5, not Core i7. So that actually would work on my gaming rig right now, as it is. Okay, so, all right. Won't it run here? Okay. All right. So here's the I'm installing it now. I'm gonna see what happens. Okay, I'm agreeing to the license without reading it, which is always bad, and everybody does it. So my wife is the only one that reads agreements, which is why she doesn't have a Facebook account, and all her friends were mad at her for not getting it. But when she read the agreement, she kind of has a legal mind, and so when she read the agreement, she said, "Well, I can't sign off on this." So. And this was a long time, many years ago, and it turns out she was right about everything because of the things that happened with Facebook later on, with people losing their private stuff and, you know, their stuff being used and, you know, that kind of thing. And okay. All right, ChromaCam. So you have to sign in. What's the signing in about? ChromaCam. No account, sign up, it's free. You have to create an account. Does your brother is he a solicitor or a barrister? They don't use the term lawyer in England, do they? That's what I was given to understand, but I don't know. There's a couple of other terms too, but what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to create an account with ChromaCam? Let's see here. Oh, completely free watermarked. If you want the watermark removed and a lot of additional features, it costs $29.99, which I plan on getting. Okay, and we'll see what the new features are, but okay. I'll make an account, I guess. Okay, I gotta generate a password here. All right, I'm gonna copy that. Okay, well, hang on a second. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Works in OBS, XSplit, Skype, Hangouts, etc. He's into medical negligence. It sounds interesting. Does he read the agreements when he clicks on them, when he signs up for things? Okay. So what do I do now? Oh, okay. I thought that's why you were bringing it up, because I was saying my wife my wife reads the agreements and she understands them too, which I don't really. So once it's activated, go into OBS and change the cam. Okay, I see. But doesn't it have settings like where I can select which cam to use with it or something, or how does it work? Or the settings within. All right, let me see. So, do I leave that little blue window up that I logged into, or do I just can I close it? Okay. Yeah, the instruction menu, yeah. So, leave it open. Okay. I'll put it over here on my third monitor. And then yeah, it might not show up in OBS right now. But let me see. Let me look at these. Here's webcam master 1. And then let me see what my properties are here. It's probably not going to show up unless I restart oh, chroma cam. Okay. Right. Because I have a lot of cameras on here. If I hit chroma cam, it's not going to show me anything. But then in chroma cam, I should have to say, okay, hang on, let's see how this works. Like, where are the settings in chroma cam? It did show up, but yeah, right now. Okay, that's the regular camera, and then here's chroma cam. Let me see. Okay, so configured. It has a configure button. Yeah. Go into the instruction bit and choose a background. Hang on, let me see. How do I do that? It doesn't have any settings. Does it? Okay. It just says start your video app is in settings. Choose chroma cam as the camera. Remove or replace your. Yeah, I don't see any way to configure this. Okay, I see. Yeah, well, I have too complicated a camera setup here. So I think that's part of the problem. So I'll have to monkey around with it a little bit. So I'm using multi-splitter here. I wonder if ChromaCam can use multi-splitter, but I'm not sure. Let me see what happens when I start it again. There we go. Let's see what comes up when I start it. Okay, there it is. All right, but it has no settings. That's confusing. Yeah, it's that's very confusing. So okay, it does show ChromaCam, but It doesn't have any, yeah. Enable you to choose a background. Okay, so, all right, so, yeah, it's not working. I'll have to monkey around with it a little bit, I think. Okay, well, I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a shot at a later date. Once selected on the instruction segment, it should let you choose a background. Okay, well, it's not going to work right now. So, what do I have? Okay, so I have kind of a complicated camera setup on this machine, so it might work on my laptop, but we'll try it because I just have a single camera on there, and I'm not using multi-splitter, so that's part of the problem. But and of course, I don't have to use I can if I want to turn off multi-splitter, I can just go directly and use my camera, I think. It's going to take a moment, I think, to give me there. Is that it? Okay. So that's like using the camera directly. One thing, it's slightly less of a delay. Multi-splitter introduced a bit of a delay. Yeah, this is actually a C615 or something, 615, C615. It's not the best Logitech there is. I bought it originally because I thought it didn't have a mic in it and because I didn't need a mic, but it actually has a mic in it, as it turns out, as you know, because I've told that story many times. But what did you send me? I'd actually like to get a decent either like maybe a Brio or, and that's not as good. Like, webcams aren't really that good, but I think I would like to get a couple of them or something. I have one like cheap generic. Let me see what this is. Is this on eBay? This is a kind of looks like a knockoff of a Logitech webcam. But you know, I mean, for the price, it's 20 pounds, but I probably would just get because I like the Logitech control interface, I would probably get more Logitechs if I was going to get, like, put a bunch of webcams on this one machine. I'd probably use Logitech because at least they all can go into the same interface and you have the same, you know, whatever. But this is a 1080p webcam. It's not 4K, but congratulations, you've received 100 messages today with Restream Chat. And your home recording system is with the same company, that HD webcam. That's a good price, though. That's a good price on a webcam. Does it have a good quality as far as a webcam goes? I mean, webcams don't look that great anyway, but, you know, even the 4K webcam doesn't look so great. But I'm not sure I'd want 4K. It's making it a little blurry is probably good for me, but so Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, yeah, okay. So I've got like I've got a I think a what is it? A Logitech I think it says here, right? Yeah, C615, and it can do 1080p. I've got this weird vlogging camera too um that um that is also 1080p, but I don't think it's as good a quality as the webcam. And then I've got this tiny little 640 by 480 webcam, which is this one. It's not attached right now, and I use it when I play piano, like to give me another camera angle. But I kind of feel like I should get like some decent webcams if I'm going to do that. At least use something decent. And ah, okay. I don't know why autoplay is doing its thing, but I gotta refresh this anyway. I should look. I should see. All right. Yeah, they did something with OBS recently where it seems to like you don't have to restart it anymore to detect new devices. Um I think that's true. I think they must have fixed that because let me put it to the test. Let me turn my Bluetooth headphones on. Uh I do not use Streamlabs OBS. I use OBS. I use regular OBS. Um, I use regular old nerdy OBS. Is this? Oh. Okay. Okay, yeah. I've tried Streamlabs OBS. I mean, I didn't get really at the time. I didn't really understand OBS well enough to know why I should use Streamlabs OBS, but I guess it's the overlays, the kind of integrated overlays. But since I don't use their overlays, it doesn't really matter. I guess I always like the nerdier platform, so I just use regular OBS. There was a reason too why I tried it and then didn't use it, because there was something about how I can't remember now. I mean, it's been 3 years, but there were some features that it didn't have, and so there was one feature in particular that I was using that it didn't have, so I wasn't able to use it. Or I wasn't able to use it the same way, so I decided to decided to use regular OBS. But in any case, seems like regular OBS. Let's have a look here now. So let me bring up the settings. Okay, now I'm going to go to the audio, and I'm going to go to the monitoring device, and I'm going to select Bluetooth. If it shows up, Bluetooth audio render. Okay, right? So I'm going to click that. I'm going to apply it. And I'm going to hook. Okay, now I'm going to take my headphones off. And I'm going to put these on. They're much more comfortable, actually. And, all right, so I'm going to put those on. I should be wearing glasses if I'm working, too, so I don't squint. It's like my life has become a life of squinting now. I mean, the great thing about actual green screen is, it doesn't really matter. Like, it doesn't, like, it won't, like, things won't disappear. It's pretty good, but you do have to be conscious of colors, of course, but in any case, all right, so what I want to do now is just let me turn on advanced audio properties, and let me turn monitoring on the mic and just see if I get sound. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's working. Look at that. Oh, see, OBS didn't used to do that. OBS is now recognizing device changes on the fly, and that must be of a recent iteration, because that never happened. So I don't know when. There's been a couple of iterations of OBS improvements. Oh, well, no, I understand. I don't know. I don't really have any thoughts on it, I mean, if it's a real thing, then it's cool, and if it's not a real thing, then it's something that people believe, and then that's okay too. And I put that in my description because I felt like God wanted me to be forthright. And I know I'm not a typical Mormon, if that's... We don't use that term anymore, though. That's kind of always been a nickname. And I'm a very recent convert, but not that, a couple of years or something. But as to how that happened, that's kind of a long story I could go into at another time. But considering that when you met me, I was an atheist, it's quite a transition. So I understand both sides very well. Although at the time, I don't think I talked about being an atheist. I really didn't like... I kind of never was that mean kind of atheist that's mean to everyone and that makes fun of people's religions and stuff. I really don't like that. And so, but I would say I kind of understand it all now from both sides. So, belief is just that. It's belief. So, I don't know. Yes, it's pretty hard to, it's pretty hard to get all the history. There's a lot of disinformation about the church, but some of it out there is true. Some of it, it's quite, it's sort of an interesting thing because, you know, on the one hand, we have religious freedom in our Constitution. On the other hand, human beings will do horrible things to people if they don't like their religion. Both things have happened despite the documents. So somebody made an interesting point recently that there's the law, there's the rote law, and then there's the actual law, and that the way it actually works. So sometimes those things don't coincide, or there has to be a lot of pressure in order for things to work the way they're intended to work. So, but things happen that are spiritual things. When they do happen to you, it does change how you look at everything. I'm quite certain that God wanted me to put my hair back in dreads, which is an interesting thing because I swore I never would do it again, and I really don't want to do it. And I've been dragging my heels on it, and even the back isn't entirely done. And I don't know what it's about. I don't know why he wants me to do it. And it's one of those things that, I kind of understand now the biblical stories of the Jews wandering around in the wilderness and always complaining, even though they knew that God had told them they should do this and they should go here and go there and do whatever. Yes, but my conversion has nothing to do with that. That's probably hard to believe, but it is true. Or not peripherally it does, but yeah, she is she goes back, her family is a member of the Church of Jesus Christ, and they go back to the original English mission, where people from here went to England and they did missionary work in England, and that's where her family comes from. So it goes way back to her ancestors. So her family has been in the church for a long time. So anyway, when it comes to psychics and mediums, who knows? It's either a real thing or it's not. But who knows? It's fascinating. And this is another thing to think about, is that it seems like life is more interesting with I know you told me you were a deist a long time ago. I will say that you should keep asking, because I asked and I got an answer. So and part of what happened to me is I remembered how I used to talk to God as a young child, and I'd forgotten about that, and how I could feel his presence in my life. So it's a strange thing to talk about, because I'm not a believer, or I wasn't for the longest time. For many decades, not just agnostic. I was not a believer in anything supernatural or whatever you want to call it. So but I don't know. I hadn't really planned to talk about that on the stream, but you tend to bring these things out of me now. Now everyone will be hating on me because I'm because I'm a Mormon, so I just can't win, basically. So, but I had the strong impression that God wanted me to be forthright about my my conversion. So I put it on my channel descriptions in a couple of different places, and I guess it's appropriate then that I talk about it. Well, absolutely, I agree. But I mean, the point is, I mean, the joke is that I mean, we were not a widely accepted church, and we had to run off to the west in order to survive. And many of people in our church were murdered, including the leaders of the church. They were 3 of them were murdered, including Joseph Smith, the original prophet and founder. So, it's quite a history, and tough times tough times were had by all. And I prior to my conversion, though, I just thought they were good guys. I mean, I was an atheist, but I always went to church because I thought it would be Oh, I see. Well, in any case, well, of course, humans can do imperfect things, and whatever the good and bad, there's good people and bad people everywhere. But certainly, my experience has been largely or 99.9% positive. Everyone in the church up here is so nice, and they were always very accepting of me, regardless of the fact that I wasn't a believer. And so, Jehovah's Witnesses, well, the only thing I know about them is they do a lot of Bible study. And so, unless you know the Bible really well, you don't want to argue the Bible with them. Because they engage in very regular study, and they do a lot of cross-referencing study and stuff. And so their average scriptural knowledge, whether or not you believe in their interpretation or not, is another issue. But their average scriptural knowledge of the average person is very high compared to a lot of congregations, because that's part of their thing, is they do a lot of scriptural study. We also do a lot, but not as much, and we're a very vanilla brand of Christianity, in that we don't have fiery sermons. We do have talks. We do have some scholarly talks and etc. But nobody in our church is paid for anything. Well, that's nice, but in any case, yeah, we have a lay ministry, so that means basically everyone in the Mormon church, except for in the central Utah area, just the main few people in the church. Most people don't get a salary. It's their volunteers. And I think only at the highest level do they get any kind of stipend or anything, because their work is completely full-time. But basically everyone else is a volunteer. So even the bishop in our church here is a volunteer, and they serve, 2 or 3 year terms. They don't usually stay for long, because it's considered to be a hardship, and people volunteer. And then there's all these different things that we do. And, we closed our church meetings down before we even got an advisory to do so. And we immediately took our sacred garment factories, and we started manufacturing hospital gowns and masks. because we could really crank out millions of them. We have these large facilities to do this. So we've pretty much been doing that nonstop since the beginning of the pandemic. So I like how we volunteer to do things and we really jump in, roll our sleeves up, and help folks. And it doesn't matter if they're religious or not. We go all over the world and do stuff like that. And I think that's nice. And I always did. So, and like I said, I'm pretty amazed at how open everyone was to me, and they were very nice to me the whole time I've been up here and before. So, I just started to study the church because I thought I should know more about it because of my wife. And then at some point, I didn't think, and it was not very likely that that would result in me being converted, but something amazing happened to me, which I could go into at some point. But amazing things, I used to tell the missionaries, well, Jesus would have to pretty much knock at my door and come in, and we'd have to have herbal tea and crumpets together or something or whatever for me to believe and not be an atheist, because I just didn't believe in anything like that. And I had a reason, and I wouldn't tell anyone because I didn't want to ruin anyone else's belief, because I feel like being religious is the norm. It's like how your brain is wired for belief. And it's probably good to have belief in a deity in that spot in your brain that's designed for that. I've always thought that, and I always tried to fill it with something positive that wasn't intrusive and didn't presume too much on other people. So what I used to do is I used to just believe in the human spirit, that people would solve problems of science and technology and the human condition, and that these geniuses would pop up and do amazing things. And that's what I kind of tried to believe in, because so that was my form of belief, was to believe that we would discover anti-aging, and we would have much longer lives, and then we would discover hyperdrive and or slow boat sleep hibernation, for long trips. And I used to kind of try to fill that hole with something like that, and I really didn't think that the miracle would happen, although I would have loved it. I always told everyone I would love it to happen, but I didn't think it would. And then when it did, I didn't know what to think. So yeah, there you are. So let's have a look here. I don't know. Oh, right. So now if I want to assign OBS directly to right, it's going over that, right? So if I want to monitor that, is that what I want to do, or do I just want to put my other headphones back on? Let's see here. So is this what I would do? Monitor and output desktop audio? Oh, I have it set to do that. Wait, I have it set to do that, so why am I not hearing anything? Oh, do I have to do this? I'm not sure, actually. That's a good question. Let's just see here. When you think about it, but okay, now the issue here could be that right. I don't know. Yeah, that's. I'm not sure. Actually. All right. So I'm not sure why I'm not hearing anything on here, but oh wait, I got this up already. Monitor off. Monitor and output. So what's going on here? It is working now.
I kind of did.
Okay. But there is a delay, so it's no good really to use it this way. I didn't mean to do that either. All right. So I don't need to have that on though. Do I? Oh wait. So now if I mute this, is that the same thing?
It's interesting when you think about it, but
no, that works. That still works. I guess really I can shut this I can shut this monitoring off right now. And just leave it. I think I could leave it. Okay, let's see, maybe like that. Okay. So I'll just use these.
so I don't know. I mean, it's interesting when you think about it, but
I feel like that's not quite right. Like maybe I could uh um what are these okay, I see. You can discreetly put those in too. Okay, let's see what we get.
I mean, it's
Okay.
interesting. I don't know. I mean, it's interesting.
Okay, so so what if I go to 2 here? No. Does that help? Right? Oh no.
I don't know. I mean,
So
it's I don't know. I mean,
this can go. Okay. Okay. There, like that. That'll have to do.
it's man. So I don't know. I mean, it's interesting when you think about it, but I when you think about it, but
Here. That's a big clip that I can do, right? I can get this out of here. And this. Rather than slide it over, I think this is easier. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, there we are. Clips touching.
I mean, it's interesting when you think about it. I kind of did want to talk about censorship because and not in the way that everyone else.
Okay. Because
did want to talk about censorship because
got two ums. Let's just make a cut and then slide that over. That. Okay. Okay. Over here like this. Now let's see how that works.
did want to talk about censorship because and not in
Okay, because I don't want because in there either.
way I did want to talk about censorship because I did want to talk about censorship censorship.
Okay, I like that. And then maybe I can put that in here like that. Whoops. Oh, come on. There we go. Right. Oh no. Let me pull this apart. All right, here we go. Now let's do it. Let me move this. There we go. That makes it easier. Okay. All right.
About it. I kind of did want to talk about censorship and not in the way that everyone else is talking about it. I've actually got my own ideas about this.
Okay. So boy. So I can't believe I'm doing this over like mainstream tech, but what can I say? It's what do I do? Oh, I haven't changed my view here. I got to go back to commentary maybe there. Okay. Well, in any case, um, all right. So where I say like twice.
And not in the way that everyone else is talking about it. I've actually
Okay, let's see here.
About it. I've actually
Okay, now This is okay for a single split, right? So let's just do it that way. Let's just do it this way. See what we get.
About it. I've actually got.
Okay, so I could okay, like that. Let's see how that works.
About it. I've actually got my own.
Okay, that's not quite right.
Everyone else is talking about it. I've actually got my own.
Actually is not. Okay.
In the way that everyone else is talking about it. I've actually got my own.
Okay. Let's try that. I think that would be good enough, right? Okay. All right.
Ideas about this, and this involves my.
So let's do it this way. Okay.
Thoughts about it. I've actually got my own ideas about this. This involves
There, that's better, right?
I thought everyone else is talking about it. I've actually got my own ideas about this. This involves my thoughts today involve extemporaneous speaking.
I say that two different ways.
This involves my thoughts today involve
Okay.
my thoughts today involve
Yeah, okay.
my thoughts today my thoughts today is about this. My thoughts today involve extemporaneous speaking. My thoughts today involve extemporaneous speaking.
Is this right here?
Extemporaneous.
No.
Um, extem- um, ex- extemp- um, ex-
Okay. Here we are.
My thoughts today involve this. My thoughts today involve about this. My thoughts today involve my thoughts today involve
Okay.
I've actually got my own ideas about this. My thoughts today involve extemporaneous speaking. So, you know, I make no secret of having a pretty
Okay. All right. That's a lot of work for 1 minute.
about this. My thoughts today involve extemporaneous speaking. So, you know, I make no
I'm going to leave that.
So, you know, I make no secret of having a pretty
I'm going to take this. And this. Okay. Okay.
speaking. You know, I make no secret of having a pretty severe case. So you know,
Okay.
I'm extemporaneous speaking. I make no secret of having a pretty severe case of AD.
Okay.
Secret of having a pretty severe case.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Severe case of AD. Secret of having a pretty severe case of ADD. speaking. I make no secret of having a pretty severe case of ADD. I get distracted really easily. My mind wanders. I don't find it easy to stay on the same topic. Mind wanders. I don't find it easy to stay on the I don't find it easy to stay on the ADD. I get distracted really easily. My mind wanders. I don't find it easy to stay on the same topic. It is very difficult for me to it is very difficult very difficult for me. It is very difficult. Stay on the same topic. It is very difficult for me. To stay on the same topic. It is very difficult for me to it is very difficult. I don't find it easy to stay on the same topic. It is very difficult for me to speak in an speak in an organized speak in an or
Okay. All right. I'll be right back. Okie doke. Oh gosh, it's all stuck. Okay, now. All right. Let's see now. Where am I at? Yeah. So, let's see here.
Topic. It is very difficult for me to speak in an
order. All right. So,
speak.
all right. So, I'll put a cut here. Put a cut here. Okay.
For me to
Okay. Got to go like that, right?
it is very difficult for me to it is very difficult for me to very difficult for me to difficult for me to very difficult for me to topic. It is very difficult for me to
Okay.
difficult for me to
Okay.
speak in an organized.
Okay. That's good. Okay.
Same topic. It is very difficult for me to speak in an organized way unless I have sort of something in mind to talk about, and even then it's a little difficult. But you know, quite stay on the same topic. It is very difficult for me to speak in an organized way unless I have sort of something in mind. Difficult for me to speak in an organized way unless I have for me to speak in an organized way unless I have sort of something in mind to talk about, and even then it's a little difficult. But difficult. But you know, it's a little difficult. But and even then it's a little difficult. But you know, quite often, even when you are on track, one topic or one subtopic leads into another, and I feel like leads into another, and I feel like sense one subtopic leads into another. I feel like censorship makes that very different because I find or difficult. What ship makes that very different? Because what I find or difficult. So what I find makes that very different. I feel like censorship makes that very. So what I find where I find myself going a lot of times is or difficult. Difficult. So what I find where I find myself difficult. another. I feel like censorship makes that very difficult. So where I find myself going. So where I find myself going a lot of times is oh, this reminds me of this, and this reminds me of that, very difficult. So where I find myself going a lot of times is makes that very difficult. So where I find myself going a lot of times is makes that very difficult. So where I find myself where I find myself where I find myself going a lot time makes that very where I find myself going. I feel like censorship makes that very where I find myself or difficult. Or difficult. Difficult. Where I find myself where I find myself going a I feel like censorship makes that very difficult. Where I find myself going a lot of times is
Well, this is going to take forever, you guys. I can't imagine. There's got to be a more efficient way of doing this, because like when someone has a lot of jump cuts in their video, I don't know how they get it all done. I mean, even if this were a 10-minute video, I'd only be 1% done, or 1.5%, or something, or I don't know, or no, 10%. 10.5%, I don't know, 15% done. I'd be 15% done. So, something like that. And, look at all those jump cuts. My gosh. Here we go. Yeah, I don't know how long that's going to take. That's quite a project. That's quite a project, editing all that out. So, okay. Yeah, I'm already getting so tired of this.
oh, where I find myself going a lot of times is oh, this reminds
So, yeah.
going a lot of times is oh, this reminds me of a lot of times is oh, this reminds me of this, and this reminds me of that, and oh, that if I say that I could get deplatformed, or if I go off on this, if I go off on this, and oh, that if I say that, I could get deplatformed, or if I go formed, or if I go off, or if I go platformed, or platformed, or if deplatformed, or if go if I go off on this, get deplatformed, or if I go off formed, or if I go off on that, I could get deplatformed, or if deplatformed, or if I go, or if I go off.
See how they sound together.
Get deplatformed, or if I go off.
Yeah.
They could get deplatformed, or if I go off on that formed, or if I go off platformed, or if I go off on this tangent, you know, I could get deplatformed, or if I get deplatformed, or if I go deplatformed, or if I go off on this tangent, platformed, or if I go off on this tangent, you know, that I could get deplatformed, or if I go off on this tangent. I could get deplatformed. Get deplatformed, or say that I could get deplatformed, or could get deplatformed.
Okay.
Deplatformed.
Yeah, there we go.
If I go off on this tangent, if I go off if I go off
See what happens here. There we go. Okay.
On platform, if I go off on this tangent, you know, the big tech
Sometimes they're easy. If there's a lot of pauses, it actually helps to. So, yeah.
If I go off on this tangent, the big tech company could knock me off or whatever, and you can't say just things that are even, I mean, they're not even controversial things quite often, but you know they get it, they're getting into that deep, just things that are even, I mean, they're not even controversial things quite often, but you know they get it, they're getting things quite often, but you know they get it, getting into that deep controversial things quite often, but you know they're but you know they're getting into that deep, they're getting into that deep things quite often, but you know they're getting into that but you know they're getting into that platforming territory, that censorship things quite often, but you know they're getting into that deplatforming territory, that censorship territory, where if you do bring them up, you're skirted territory, where if you do bring them up, you know they're getting into that deplatforming territory, that censorship territory, where if you do bring them where if you do where territory where where if you do if you do if you do
This is what editing looks like, you guys. I don't know. So,
censorship territory where if you do bring them up, you're skirting the risk area. Bring them up. Where if you do bring them up, you're skirting the risk area. You're where if you do bring them up, you're skirting the risk area. You're verging on the risk area where you can
so I don't know, man. 2 minutes. Did I call it quits on this for now? This is a lot of work. This is going to take me forever to jump cut the heck out of this thing, and it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to get all the way through it. I got an hour and a half worth of material, and then after that, I have to cut comments in, and Good. Curvycom overlay. I can turn that overlay off. There we go. Okay. So yeah, that's where we're headed on this. I don't know. Do I want to do one more? I don't know if I do. I think I've had enough for now. I might go outside and enjoy the remains of the day outside to Yeah. Herbert's gonna herb. I don't know. Yeah. Let's have a look at Windows weather and see what we got going here. This is 92. It's going. The temperature's going down. Well, I think maybe I'll go outside. I don't know. That sounds like it'd be cool. Maybe I'll do that. I'll see you guys in a while when I move my setup out there. We'll see how it goes. I just can't imagine how long it's going to take to. I don't know. I can't imagine how long it's going to take to bring that that video into to fruition. There's so much work that needs to be done, and I can't believe the amount of work that needs to be done. That just sounds like if there is any way to do that faster, please somebody tell me. But I can't imagine how there could be, unless like a better software would probably make it slightly faster, but not all that much faster. Anyway, maybe I'll just go run an errand or two. I'm thinking maybe I need some top ramen, and I don't have any, so I just used my last 2 packages yesterday or the day before, whenever that was. So maybe that's what I'll do. I'll talk to you guys later.